Exactly. That's just how it is.
That's a really good feeling, man. To like know that like even if nothing is there, there is there. You know, that's deep.
There is there. Yes.
Yeah, there is always there.
I mean, this sounds like some like hippie like, what is it? Hippie boo bob.
Oh yeah, there's a hippie. What did I say at the beginning of that song? What kind of hippie doodah bullshit is that?
Oh, I think you said glue gob.
I said doodah, like doodah.
Oh, you said
Cape Town
doodah.
lady, sing this song.
You said
doodah,
doodah.
doodah.
That's
Cape
interesting.
Town racetrack 5 miles long, all the doodah day.
I mean, but that's interesting though, because like everything is what it is. So, you know, I mean, shit. Everything is what it is. So I mean, that's how it goes. It's like, but it's like.
But when you reach that point, bro, it's like we were talking about this the other day. Like, when you reach a point of knowing that everything is everything, and like you're just part of all. You know, you're part of your spirit. The physical world is all a creation of the creation.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes any sense. But like once you realize that, it's kind of like a depressing feeling because you're like, well, if I'm just part of everything, then what the fuck's the point of being here, you know, and like doing things in this realm if it really doesn't matter, if I'm just part of a greater thing. And like the way I look at that is like you can always like, I feel like the meaning of life is to put good into the world, man. And just like always try to like spread love and positivity, because if you think about it, everything is vibrations. Color, atoms, everything you touch, yourself, your brain, your matter, it's all a bunch of cells and atoms, right? All vibrating. Just like your soul vibrating on this plane. And when you have a reality like that, where the only true power in the universe is spirit, the mental capacity of a man does not define him, but it is defined of him. I'll just let that to sink in for just a second.
What do you mean?
Okay, so this is what I mean. The good vibrations, right? Good vibrations. The higher frequency ones have been proven scientifically more appealing colors, right? More. Yeah, so what I was saying was about the higher vibrations are more satisfying, right? The lower vibrations are less satisfying, but people nowadays, people in general are attracted to low vibrations because you live in a society full of monetary things, physical things, things that bring you down, things that bring your vibrations down.
It's like the lows.
To a more angry, anxiety, hatred.
It's like the 808.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
it's
the lows
all
on
the
the
music
master.
nowadays that's popular is very bassy, which I'm not here to talk about, you know.
Bro, that's literally, I heard some shit like that today too. Like,
but I think the key to it all is that as a mental piece of the all, not a piece because it can't be separated. If all is all, it cannot be separated, it cannot be divided, it cannot be cut, because it is all. So your own mentality is all. So if your piece of if your piece of the all, or your being of the all, you are able to use that power to either change something to a higher vibration or a lower vibration. And throughout your life, I think this is the balance on which is measured after you die. All of the things you've affected in the all come back to you in in a realization. So it's better to go out and give out good vibrations, higher vibrations, love, peace, calmness, tranquility, all those nice sounding words. That even when you say those words, it gives the atmosphere a change.
What is the antithesis of those words?
What do you mean?
What's the opposite of those words?
Tranquility, chaos, calmness, busy, I don't know.
Disruption?
Disruption. And you see, if you even if you just say a word, because humans, we were talking about this on the other podcast, humans tend to put a lot of weight on words, which isn't a bad thing. I think us as humans being able to ground ourselves in something as language, which is pure expression of thought, is a very weightful and heavy thing that we have the power to do. So those have a lot of power in our lives. Words do. And even just saying disruption,
causes
chaos,
causes a wave.
Yeah, you can hear it, you can feel it.
But see, a lot of people are disconnected from their third eye. So a lot of people or their pineal gland, specifically. So it's to them, those words almost mean nothing.
Yeah.
So maybe there is a good reason why there is an importance on words.
Yeah.
But maybe not some other regards, because sometimes people take things very seriously. But it's they take it more in a feeling aspect of caring about offense than they do about in an empathetic nature of actually caring. But it is good to really be able to not just be empathetic towards the words, but also to be able to visualize. If it's visualized before the empathetic, or it goes in combination with it, you visualize with the empathy. To me, that's what's important. It's not good to just have blind empathy.
Yeah.
But it's having that understanding with the empathetic nature is what I feel can really go together. But when people are disconnected from their soul to a certain degree, it's they don't really think deep thinkers think, because they don't really feel they feel as well.
Yeah, and if you're surrounded by nothing but low vibrations and you hear words like chaos, destruction, evil, you're not going to think of those as necessarily. You're going to maybe think of them as bad things, but not necessarily things any different from your reality.
Normalize it into a certain degree of that's what's normal.
And then when you hear words like peace, tranquility, it's almost like they're in the same distaste as the lower words are. It's the same kind of, if you're obsessed, if not obsessed, but if you're surrounded by low vibrations, the low words are going to seem normal, and the high words are going to be seen too over defined, or not possible, or not real, not part of your reality, because it's not. You're doing everything in a low vibrating frequency. But another thing in hermetics is that everything is just a pole, and that there's no, from good to evil, we as humans judge that by what character, right? Character would be the thing that we judge good and evil by. And that character in itself is the only thing that exists. And that good and evil is just two different sides of the same thing,
But to me, what I'm really curious about right now is what is we need some examples to for other people out there, or even for me or for ourselves to solidify what our thoughts are of what is either equivalent or the cause of chaos. What is equivalent or what is a cause of disruption? What are these things that people can avoid to create chaos and disruption in their life? What is something they can avoid?
Oh yeah, you can do anything, whether it's meditating, which I think
but what specifically though? What should they avoid? if you don't want chaos in your life, then like just in a general aspect,
Then
of,
avoid
like,
low
actions.
vibrations, avoid negativity, avoid.
But what is negativity? What creates negativity? Is it spoken words of other people? Is it actions? Like what?
Yeah, it's judgment from your own, your own being.
But what are
on
some
the outward
examples that
reality.
creates negativity? I mean, something that I can think of, like that is a strong indicator.
Like getting on
of,
Facebook and seeing a bunch of hate speech from both sides.
Yeah,
know?
I mean that's true. I mean that's an action to avoid those things, right? I mean, to me, I feel like what is a big like thing that
Or
causes
to just realize that it doesn't really matter either way,
Yeah, I mean, but to me, what causes a lot of disruption and what causes a lot of chaos in other people's life, something that pops out in my head is like suicide.
Mhm.
Those things cause disruption, and like it literally causes a huge like chain of events that of disruption in other people's lives.
Yeah.
To me, that's a huge spread of negative energy, right? So spreading that negative energy of doing something like that, of like blowing your head off, like that is only going to make other people want to do that as well. So it creates like a black hole of energy.
Yeah.
The only other thing I can think of right after that, or right before that, or wherever you want to place it, is like killing somebody else. Like that creates a
Yeah.
huge, like bad energy wave, right? So also, I think that something that goes along those same sentiments is hurting other people
Yeah.
intentionally in any way, mentally, physically, emotionally, however.
Even unintentionally.
Yeah, unintentionally as well. That can cause chaos. That can cause disruption in other people's lives. So like when we talk about the energy, we talk about like avoiding those things. Like I feel like it's important to try to avoid those types of things when it comes to avoiding creating chaos or disruption. But see, within our own selves, it's like doing detrimental things to our own selves, like our own psyche, our own an emotionally or a physical standpoint as well. But I feel like they all correlate. And if like and there's a lot of people out there that make music that are very detrimental towards other people, and it seems like it's almost on purpose. So it's like there's a whole monopoly on people that are making music that is only hurting other people for some fucking reason.
Yeah.
Because music eventually, like at first, was supposed to help people, right? But then it became corrupted, just like anything else, like capitalism, communism, anything. They use music as a weapon, as a tool to be able to hurt people. So I feel like one of the worst things you could do is make a song that's only going to hurt more people. But it's like if that's only part of your legacy and you want to continue and be better, then it's something to learn from.
Yeah.
If that's your last message, is like death, kill, whatever, then it's like, I don't know, man. Like, but it's like, I feel like I kind of answered my own question, but it's like I was curious on those things that can cause disruption in other people's lives. In manipulation, those are things that can affect other people or ourselves, like, cause chaos and disruption in people's lives. So when you talk about the higher vibrations, I'm sure that you mean, but see, that's the thing. It's like you think about Star Wars movies, the archetype of that. There's the horribly bad, but then there's the too good, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel about the too good?
It's definitely real, but I
What do you
think with
about the people
anything
that are too good, though? Like, what do you think about the people that are too good? You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I think like anything good is okay, but when people get involved with something that's good, that's when they turn it to too good, or to garbage, or to whatever they turn it into. I feel like people are always the thing that shifts that
I feel
the
like
definition.
I feel like what specifically like makes somebody too good is somebody that hasn't like seen the bad side or like the evil side of things, like somebody that is naive.
Yeah.
Right? And I feel like that's a huge problem with people, as well as being too bad or too good. Like if you can't see both sides, then it's like, I mean, bro, you seen your like close homies that were like super like nice and good. Like you see what they could become.
Yeah.
You see what they become. I mean, I don't know, man. Like I've seen people that were like the best people in the world their whole life. They never did anything wrong, and then they just hit a slope on accident, and then they fell down it, and then they never came back. You know. So
Yeah.
that's where that delicate balance is.
Mm-hmm. Well, bro, how long is this one?
I mean, it's long enough.
Okay. What we're gonna call it? We're like it's 555.
Yeah, it's 555. Just coincidentally.
That's weird.
Well, I guess we got the name for this one. This is the 555 podcast. Subscribe to the channel, and shout out to the one person that's listening right now.
You're the real one.
I mean, this could have like 5 million views on it, but shout out to that one person that's listening. Shout out to y'all that's been sticking around. You know, we got 261 subscribers right now. Eventually, we'll have more. You know, once we start putting money behind the shit, like we're gonna have a whole bunch of subscribers. But we got some plans, so y'all keep checking out the shit. Check out the Halloween special. Check out Grandma's house. Check out all the music, numbers. You know, check out all the shit we got going. And yeah, all right, bye.